Oh God, we're live.
Why were you scared? I don't know. I'm not scared.
We don't want to see the snot running down your nose, though. Don't pull a full Blair Witch,
I don't know if I just watched that movie too late. I watched it like a couple years ago, and I was like, "This is the movie everyone was so hyped
I
about."
thought that when I was 9. I rented it in the hype, and I was like, "The fuck, that was boring, Dad."
I rewatched it recently. I had fun with it, but maybe that's just because I like found footage.
Maybe in retrospect, I'm just saying, bull shit of a 9-year-old me.
You kind of, Jacob, you kind of had to be there.
Really nice guy. Was really nice.
You had to be like around the
DVD.
hype. You had to be around the hype of '98 when like people were like dumb people were like, "Is this a real story? Did they really die?" And I'm like, "You really think they would show their deaths on camera? You dum dums!"
And distribute it to theaters,
and then put it out theaters for profit. Like you guys are morons.
I'm not just saying this to say this. Again, I don't even think 9-year-old me thought that for once. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I was 12 and I was like, yeah, I wasn't stupid.
No, it's a movie.
That's stupid. It's a movie. It's fake, obviously.
We're not watching what do you call those films? What do you call like actual death films? There's like a name for it.
Like a snuff film?
Yeah,
we're watching
snuff film. Yeah. They're not releasing a snuff film in a major release to your local Regal, you know.
Yeah. Welcome to the Lonely Marked one, where we talk about found footage.
About movies, Blair Witch Project,
Speaking of found footage, have you guys heard about Frogman?
I've heard nothing but good things.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, we're not here to talk movies. We're here to talk wrestling. As always, I am joined. Well, when I'm here, I'm joined usually by the other three. These three are usually always here.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. It's our show. I just happen to have the idea.
Yes.
And then we all ran with it.
I'm just the substitute host when this guy isn't here. So, when he's here, he's the boss. When he's not here, he hands the reins over to me. So we alternate, we do our thing.
I already have my dates for comedy in August, so I can let you guys know after the show.
Yes.
We're here to talk wrestling. We got SummerSlam this weekend, so we'll get our predictions. I have finally a final fantasy heading in to the final weekend. Not a final fantasy update. I don't know anything about that franchise. It is the final fantasy update for our wrestling. Okay. Pez, how's it going?
Hey, no, it's good. We got the unique thing to talk about tonight. Yeah, first ever 2-night SummerSlam. We're going to 2 nights of that. We've talked about. I think it's foreseeable in the next year or two we get 2 nights of Royal Rumble as well. I can see that happening also in the near future, where you have a one Rumble on one night, one Rumble on the other night. I think that's on the horizon. Hey,
2 nights of backlash. 2 nights of
anything is possible when TKO likes money as much as they do. So when they they're like money. So I foresee that happening. But
we still won't get Evolution 3 for another decade.
Tony Khan has to run another American All In, and then we'll get another Evolution. So
and Nikki Bella will still be a part of that one.
Yeah.
So will Trish.
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Speaking of American All In, Richie, how's it going?
Yeah. I'm nothing more American than me. It's definitely true. I am a real American fighting for.
All right, do your best American voice impression. Go.
Oh man, I don't embarrass myself. So I'm here with Lonely Marks, and good to be here talking about Summerfest.
So the go-to is either the nerdy white guy, or it seems like in movies the go-to is also the Southern redneck. Is that the go-to? How y'all doing here, folks?
Howdy.
It's all fine, boy. Howdy.
Well, howdy. How you doing? I'm doing just standard. I'm doing we're glad to talk about 2 nights SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's where we go.
Someone who's more American all in. JPO, how's it going?
I'm American. What? Yeah, that was
You're doing Australian accent.
Oi, I'm Richie. That's pretty good, right?
Wait, was that Richie talking or was that JPO? I couldn't tell.
Exactly. Yes.
All right. Jacob, how's it going? Oh, it's going fantastic. Hey, let's get into the fantasy update. Okay, we can do that.
Oh, cool. Let me switch the banner for that. Sweet. Finally, I can use this banner because he's actually got things for us. Yay.
Yeah. And people are going to be like, oh, it's rigged. Oh, Jacob's in first place because it's rigged. No, it's not rigged. I'm just really good at drafting and dropping people and getting really lucky. In the last few weeks, it's gone a little closer. The total points, Richie is in fourth place. Also known as last, because he's in fourth. With 1,524 points. Pez is in third with 1,573 points. JPO is in second with 1,650.
No. You don't really expect Jacob doing this. I don't think he's doing that.
I am narrowly in first with 1,678. It was just unfortunate because JPO for Night of Champions, you had 0. Like you didn't have anybody on the card. That one just kind of but then you did bounce back because you had the you had the Gunther championship win. You had his defense on Saturday night's main event, which helped you get some points. Pez, you've been fairly consistent over the last few weeks, actually, and I expect that to keep going into SummerSlam.
I've got most of my roster in SummerSlam matches, so I'm happy about that. Other than, oddly enough, why is Penta not in a match on SummerSlam? That's weird.
I don't know if maybe something will get announced tomorrow. I mean,
maybe, but they've already got 6 for each night. I don't see them maybe doing more than that unless they just add something random.
Do LA Knight versus Penta. So LA Knight can go. Where the fuck is LA Knight? Anyway.
Seth Rollins is injured, and
no tag team title. Where the hell is New Day? Where are they on SummerSlam? Well, yeah, more tag team title matches not getting respect.
At least we got one. Hey, listen, I'm just glad we got one.
And Pretty Deadly is just kind of chilling out. just hanging. I think one of them. I did hear one of them's injured. That's probably why they haven't been used. I don't even have much. I'm pretty pessimistic as to my. I don't think there's much action for my roster on SummerSlam. So, and even the ones that are in action, I don't think are going to.
I don't think I'm going to jump into first, but I think I've got a good chance of having a pretty lucrative SummerSlam. Yeah. I could jump into last second, like I'm literally the last show. It could happen.
And so this was also my question. We wanted to end this with SummerSlam. Are we ending this with the Raw after SummerSlam? Or are we just counting SummerSlam this week? Omitting SmackDown.
I think we literally said at the beginning, we said SummerSlam was the last event. That's it.
You want to
end on a pay-per-view.
So are we? This is why I'm asking. Are we omitting SmackDown and Raw this week and just doing SummerSlam? Because I think if we're counting SmackDown, it's kind of unfair. Because I think you could have double matches for some people. Whereas if we also counted Raw, you would get those people like a Lyra Valkyria, for example. I have her. She could, she has a SummerSlam match. She also could have a Raw match. Jade Cargill, she has a SummerSlam match. She could have a SmackDown match. So there's that where she could get double points. So are we just counting SummerSlam this week, omitting SmackDown and Raw, just to keep it fair?
When did we start? What show did we start with?
SmackDown. So the week starts with SmackDown and with Raw.
Okay, why did we do that? That's weird.
Because we film on Thursdays, and we just started the next day.
I see what you're saying. I guess, yeah, just do SmackDown this week. I see what you're saying.
I mean, yeah, I think it just you still count SmackDown because it's before SummerSlam. So
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, yeah, and I think we literally said it would end with SummerSlam. That would be the finale of the roster. So that'd be weird to be like, we're ending with SummerSlam, but also Raw. Like that's a little odd. But yeah.
That's why that's why it got me to thinking like, well, we started with SmackDown, so are we gonna count that but not count Raw? And then it just
just end with SummerSlam. You can still include SmackDown because it is technically still before, so it just is what it is. It's one more, and then we have 2 nights of SummerSlam, so that's a pretty big event to end on. So it's the same thing we're gonna do. We're gonna start with AEW and then end with the World's End or something like that. So
whatever that final
pay-per-view is in like December. Yeah.
I also I wanted to bring this to the group, an opportunity to get more points, because we have 2 nights of SummerSlam. There's a lot of matches. Do we want to add an 11th just for SummerSlam, an 11th roster spot? We can draft somebody that's on the card, and we'll add them in just to kind of spice things up, make it a little more interesting.
Personally,
is that because you? Okay.
No, I'm not allowed to do that. Is like, how many are undrafted on the card?
Quite a few, actually.
Like who though?
Especially
whoever
women.
goes first.
Especially women.
I don't know, I'm just thinking like whoever ends up getting to pick last will be kind of handicapped. I thought.
Well, my second proposal would be we'd start, go last to first in the draft order. So I would go last.
Well, regardless, whoever. I don't mind that. So, who else?
But you would be third. So it would go Richie, Pez, you, me. It was just an idea because there's a lot.
It's up to you guys. I still lean towards no. I just kind of want to keep it what it is.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind it as a final wild card thing just to see what happens. I'm actually
I wouldn't hate it.
All right, well, fuck me. No, yes, sir.
All right.
You still might end up winning, Dave.
I'm not.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'll say, how many people on the card are undrafted?
7. So there's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 singles and 8 singles. Sorry, and then one team.
Yeah.
And that one team happens to be the tag team champions.
Okay.
Oh, and Jelly Roll. Does somebody want to draft? No.
I guess technically you could. Technically you could. I mean,
technically.
Yeah.
No, technically he would be a smart one night pick. You essentially want to draft somebody that will win, right?
You think?
Yeah.
We talk about it. That match almost never happened. Didn't happen. Or it might not have happened because Drew got stuck in UK.
So just the people that are not rostered outside of Jelly Roll. So the Judgment Day, Raquel and Roxanne. Alexa Bliss is undrafted. Bronson Reed, Karrion Kross, Naomi, Solo. Naomi and Solo both champions, and then the Wyatt Six, and Andrade, who is teaming with Rey Fenix. So,
Okay.
All right.
like I said, I'm neutral. It was just an idea I had. If
Yeah, I'm cool with it. So, but yeah, whatever. I think it'll be fun.
I think we decided yes, do it.
all right.
So
Yeah, I
said.
think
So
Oh, I'm
Richie,
sorry.
you
I
go
was
first.
distracted because I was looking at the the SummerSlam card and half paying attention. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
JPO.
That's all good.
All right, so yeah, I think. And does it sound fair? First, last to
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Richie.
Yeah.
As the last place
Oh, this
Sure.
sounds really fair.
currently.
This sounds amazingly fair. I'm gonna go Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill's on my roster
Oh,
already.
wait, no. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
That was
Yeah.
a great start.
I said Jade Cargill. What I meant was Naomi. That's what I said.
Mm.
All right, Pez, who are you thinking?
Well, since I already have Jade and Charlotte, I have two women who are on the roster and have good chances of winning, so I'm going to leave that alone. Since neither one of my tag teams is on there, I'm going to take the Wyatt Six for my final push because I think they actually also have a good chance of escaping with the titles in that match.
Right. I'm so excited for that match.
Yeah, it should be
Wait, do you
crazy
Do
fun.
you get double points for a tag?
No, it's the same amount.
Same
However,
amount,
if,
it's just
if you drafted two individuals that happen to be tagging, then you'll get points.
yeah.
That
Well,
way.
and 5 out of my 6 singles roster guys are on the card, and a couple of them have a good chance of winning. So, I think I'm good there. So yeah, let me boost the tag team for my final one and go with the Wyatt Six team. So, yeah. All right.
So JPO, who are you thinking about adding?
I need to hear the list again. I don't remember hard.
All right, so the Wyatt Six and Naomi are taken, but still available is Andrade, who is teaming with Rey Fenix, Solo Sikoa, Karrion Kross, Bronson Reed, Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, and Raquel, and Jelly Roll, technically.
All right, Jelly Roll.
I never thought I'd say damn you for taking Jelly Roll.
Yeah, we're taking Jelly Roll of Ice.
But only because I have Randy, and I do think
I think there's one other on the list that has a strong chance of winning, but you pick whoever you want to.
Future WWE 2K26 DLC Jelly Roll. I'm still calling it now.
Probably.
I'm seeing this. This might play into my predictions later, but I'm going to take a woman. I'm going to take Alexa Bliss.
Maybe feeding into mine, who I think might win that match
Yeah.
as well. Yeah. I was going to say either that or I think Solo has a good chance of actually winning that cage match as well.
I was torn. Yeah.
I would say either one could be a strong one because, it's feeding into our predictions. We'll talk about it later, but I think both of them have a good chance as well. But that's up to you. I mean, it's the same points either way.
Right.
Well, actually, no. One is worth more because it would be a win, not a defense, right? So a win is worth.
Right, a win is five.
Winning a title is more than 5 more points than a defense, right? So
yeah.
I mean, a defense still gets you extra points, but a win, winning the title gets you even more. Yeah. Okay.
All right. I never thought when we started this that Jelly Roll would be on the
Jelly Roll for a one night pickup.
The star of the 2026 movie Goat Jelly Roll. He's going to be there's a movie called Goat where it's like an animated movie called where they're playing basketball. That's the trailer. It's got Steph Curry in it as well.
But will that match even happen? Because Drew McIntyre was stuck overseas. I don't know. Is he back yet?
I think he's back, but yeah.
I think he's good. Yeah.
So we can, unless anyone has any other fantasy tidbits they want to interject, we can jump into the news.
No, I mean, the only thing I was going to ask is, so does that mean next week we're going to officially draft our AEW rosters? Is that what it means?
Yeah. yeah, I'll announce the winner.
We'll get the winners, and then we'll review SummerSlam. Obviously, we'll get the winners of the fantasy, and then we'll draft and get started, right? So, yeah. And then the first show after that will be the first collision, I guess, and will be the first show.
Yeah, which that's gonna because they're like, oh, we're doing collision on Thursday this week. So the way it was easy to do this because I could just go week by week. I think with AEW, I'm just gonna go show by show.
Yeah,
because sometimes collision is on Thursday, sometimes it's on Saturday, whatever. So, JPO, I'm glad you still have power. I'm glad you're with us. Do you have any news that you would like to share?
Yeah, nothing crazy this week. At first, it's kind of movie heavy this week here. Hey guys, don't forget Happy Gilmore 2 dropped last week. So if you want some MJF and Becky Lynch in your life, go check that out. And also Nikki Bella, she's kind of in the background. Her line got cut. But
I like MJF.
There's a pro wrestler. Quick reviews, Pez.
I liked it, didn't love it. Entertaining overall, a lot of nitpicks, too much reliance on cameos and callbacks. That's my review. Anyways.
1 to 5, better box it.
It's literally like right in the middle, like 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5.
All right, Jacob.
Yeah, I agree. A little too cameo heavy, but I enjoyed the callbacks. Strangely, I found there was a little bit of heart to it. Way to call that. Spoilers. She's dead. Way to call
spoilers.
that. Yeah, it's a Netflix Adam Sandler comedy. If you wanted to watch it, you'd watch it by now.
Oh, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
But
oh no! Well,
that prediction we talked about it. I kind of figured
that's a weird like new trope that's with like these legacy sequels.
Zoolander 2, Clerks 3. Do you have to fucking love interest?
Rocky Balboa with Adrian. Rocky Balboa, remember?
Adrian's dead.
Yeah.
Adrian.
It's like a
Aliens,
weird thing.
Alien 3, if you want to throw in hugs and whatnot.
Yeah, it's just I don't know why we have to go with that. I don't get it. Like I think you could have easily worked that movie without that. Like, and it would have been just
easily.
Yeah, easily. Like I don't see why that had to be a thing for that movie. I don't know. I don't get it. And she's still second billed in the movie, which is weird too. So and
then she was all over press that they legitimately just to trick people. Legitimately just to fuck you.
Yeah, I don't mean like that.
And she looks better now than she did 30 years ago. I'm just saying, I liked it. I enjoyed it. MJF was fantastic. I want to see him do more acting. I think I'm in the minority on this. I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 3.5.
I don't. Did we need every minor character to have a kid that shows up for this movie? That seemed like overused.
Here's my pitch meeting writers room kind of thing. All right.
Yeah.
Hey guys, listen. I know we don't have Mr. Larson, but hear me out. What if he had a son? Phil, you're a genius. I got an idea too, right? I know we don't have Chubbs. Hear me out. What if he had a son? Okay, guys, that's a really good idea. But what about this is the third one? Who's the third one? Hey guys, I know we don't have Jackass guy, but hear me out. You won't see this coming. What if he had a son? Like the fact that they redo that joke 3 times, like it's very lazy writing. Like I like the idea once, twice maybe. You do the same Chubbs now his son has a wooden hand, so just so you could do the crumbling joke all over again. I initially liked the drunk thing, but that got fucking hammered in after the 15th class. I'm at 2.5. I'm even lower than you guys. It's like Happy's not happy. He's depressed for most of it. Like, now I really wanted more from it. I chuckled enough where, again, it's not like necessarily super bad. 2.5, so again, right in the middle, like you said, to a degree. But damn, did I want more.
Is it true that the guy in the first one who played the caddy became a professional golfer?
No. Yes and no. So the movie sells it like that kid grows up to be a golfer. And at first I was like, oh, that's really cool and funny. What it is in real life is that guy is a real golfer. And Adam tweeted like a few years ago, hey, you look like the caddy from my movie. And so it's an inside joke. So it's not the same actor from the first movie at all. Which now makes me hate that scene. There's also like several of the golf actors, little stiff. That was not Will Stancherquist, whoever his name is, not a good actor. You know what I mean? Like that part could have been funnier if you just given it to a real actor.
He's an actual golfer. Will Zalatoris is a golfer. Yeah,
that's who it is. That's who it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know that.
But he's not a good actor too, so it's an inside joke but that makes you like, yeah, and he's not a good actor, so. MJF's good. I wish he was in it more. I wish Beck was in it more, but they made the most of what they were given. Both of them, I thought. So.
MJF is the one who stands out. Out of the kids, he's the one that stands out for sure. Like he's the one you're paying attention to, like in the scenes when he's there.
I think if you threw me 10 generic white kids that with brown hair and had age range, I would have to like. I don't know if I could pull the other three from a lineup. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No, so I could see him getting more work from that though. Like I think he did good with what he had. Yeah, it was. All right.
I would love to see maybe Sandler do it again. You know, he recast a lot of people, but he's been a Lavelle before. Obviously, Nick Schwarzenegger, John Lovison again. It'd be cool if he dipped in another Happy Madison movie.
He did an interview. Was it with Chris? Was it with Chris Van Vliet? But they were talking about MJF, and he had nothing but good things to say about working with him.
Oh yeah, Sandler with Van Vliet. Yeah, Van Vliet, because Van Vliet always will, if he can, bring up wrestling. And yeah,
Billy Madison too.
Oh God, back to school. The other one too. So this is actually ended up being a coincidence, but there was a Hulk Hogan movie in the works, more about like the Gawker lawsuit and the sex tape. That's being produced by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, of all people here. But that has been canceled. But again, it was being said like it got canceled a couple months ago. It's just now kind of getting into the ether now that everyone's talking about Hogan again. And that movie is not in the works. There is a completed script, so it is always possible another studio, another set of producers could pick it up. So, but for the moment, that movie is dead. And again, just to show you how much I think of a scumbag, Bubba loves sponges. Hogan was against the movie. Bubba said on radio, "I'll be in it if you want. Don't play me." Like, and he just give a fuck. If you're looking for any AEW pay-per-views, they're all on HBO Max now, at least from 2024 and before. So if you ever want to look back on the previous AEW pay-per-views, but except for the couple that were from this year, 2025, everything is on HBO Max now. And then the only other thing I have is just wanted to shout out Santino for popping up on NXT this week. His first singles match on WWE television for 11 years. We haven't seen that dude since 2014 on our WWE televisions. His sister Santina did return back in the 2020 Rumble, but as for Santino, this was the first Santino appearance in 2014, wrestling-wise.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Ethan Page's sell of the Cobra. That was
great.
That was great. Have you seen that? Have you seen that clip, Pez?
I saw the GIF. I saw the GIF of it on X. Yeah.
Hey, if anyone's interested, the full match is on YouTube.
That was like when I think was it Montez Ford who did something similar, I think, or something like that, or somebody, or no, not what's it? Shad Gaspard, Crime Time, like he got hit with a Cobra.
And, it was JTG.
And he did the same thing where he stiffed up and like fell over. It was like very similar. So yeah, no, that was good. So yeah, I did see the Ethan Page clip though. Yeah, for sure.
That was great. Was that all you had, JPO?
Yeah, I didn't really see much more this week. Obviously more.
It's kind of a slow news. Everything's just SummerSlam news mostly. So yeah, there wasn't.
Not surprising. Hogan's thing just seemed to pretty much just trickle down to a heart attack. Like nothing seems to be surprising from that autopsy or anything. So
yeah, the heart attack, pretty straightforward. So
yeah. There's a fancier name for it, but then it ends up going, AKA heart attack.
Yeah.
Richie, did you have? I know you usually bring some news tidbits as well.
Like I said, there's not really a lot of news here. I just sort of like it's not really news, but I saw like a photo of like Charlotte posted on Instagram. She was like, "Oh, it's in our blood," and it was obviously people with like it was Charlotte, Ava, and somebody, but then it was like, "Oh, Uriah Connor." So it took me to realize, "Oh, that's like Finley's kid." I was like, why can't he just be Broken Finley? But anyway, it's not really news. But I just thought it was like, it just like hammers home like can't they just be like, I don't know. He's not, Uriah Connor just sounds like it's just a generic name and it annoys me. But it is what, and especially when his dad works at the company. But that's whatever. But not honestly, not anything in particular. So yeah, honestly, if you want to.
Well, I did have one little minor thing. If anybody like me, a lot of times goes to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios in Orlando, horrors of the Wyatt Six. There will be a WWE sponsored haunted house there this year. So a Wyatt family haunted house. So
which is cool because I know Bray Wyatt was like that was like his dream, like a goal he wanted to have a haunted theme there. So that's cool that that they were able to do that. So yeah, I mean, one of you guys at one point, yeah, I don't know. I'll just see reviews of how that goes, but yeah.
I'm 50-50 on whether I'm going this year. It's gotten I from about 2006 to 2016 or so, I went every single year. I went like 10 years in a row. It's gotten really expensive and crowded to go there. Like it's very, very, very crowded. So like it almost forces you to buy those express passes to even like get into the thing, which are also expensive. And yeah, it's very pricey. So it's a little rough. But the good news is that Richie, once the event gets going, you should be able to find like somebody somewhere will wear like a GoPro through the thing. You should be able to see it. You know what I mean? And like good quality. Like most of those houses, you can see like a walkthrough, a couple of walkthroughs, and at least get an idea. They're usually very, very well done, like very detailed. So it should be interesting. Yeah, they got a lot of good shit this year. I know it says like a side tangent, but they got, they're always have a lot based on movies and TV shows or whatever. They got a Five Nights at Freddy's house this year, which is pretty cool. Terrifier finally for Art the Clown. That's awesome. You've got a Jason universe, sort of a history of Friday the 13th. You got a Fallout one based on the TV show, and then you got some just originals. They always have some kind of new originals, but yeah, always some kind of IP. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, the first ever WWE sponsor one was pretty awesome.
Yeah. The only other thing I was going to bring up on my something is, but like I don't know if you saw WWE Unreal, that Netflix show's out now. I don't know. I haven't really got a chance to dig in, but I saw some things from it.
I've watched the first episode. It's decent.
It's been interesting because there's some things where it's like like WWE will show you what they want to show you, but it's not necessarily There was a quote from Dave Meltzer, which is very hard to listen to. It's like it's bullshit, but then he walks back and immediately goes, "Oh, I've heard from people it's kind of bullshit. I'm like, is it complete bullshit or it's not?" It's like it's a typical Dave Meltzer quote where he walks back on his on what he says like halfway through a sentence. So, but like, so I'm curious to check it out. It's interesting that they've done it, but I don't know. It apparently it's like a vehicle maybe make Triple H for Triple H. I don't know. But yeah, it's an interesting sort of concept there. So I might give it a watch. The one thing I got from it, I'm just trying to pull it up here, is the supposed WrestleMania card that was supposed to go down. If I can get it up here, but which would have been, I don't know how, if I believe it totally, because some of it seems wacky, but yeah, so some of it went out off. You got Cody, obviously Cody and John Cena. You've got Gunther and CM Punk, Nia Jax and Jade Cargill, Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, Braun Breaker and Drew McIntyre with special guest referee Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I'm fine with the match. How do you get
Intercontinental Championship ladder match? Jey Uso. I don't know. That seems random. Intercontinental Championship ladder match: Jey Uso, Damian Priest, Sheamus, Bronson Reed, Ludwig Kaiser, and Sami Zayn. United States Championship ladder match. They're only going to have 2 ladder matches. This is where I'm like, really? I don't know if I'm LA Knight, Jimmy Uso, Andrade, Solo Sikoa, Santos Escobar, Camilo Hayes, and Shinsuke Nakamura. The Women's Tag Team Championship match, Becky Lynch and Charlotte versus the Kabuki Warriors, the Wyatt Six versus Judgment Day, and Bad Bunny versus Dominic Mysterio. So, I don't know. I mean, apparently that was supposed to be the card for Mania. I don't know if, like, some of those matches I'm like, well, yeah. I don't know. I guess if it was on that show, maybe it was real. But, yeah.
We're getting Punk versus Gunther now. We'll get it this weekend. Main event of night 1. Yeah, if that's all the news we have. I told these guys, these fellas, as Sheamus would probably call them, that I had just a little game that I wanted to do before we did predictions. And so I have 5 questions, and as you guys might know, I like lists. I love lists. And WWE, they did it for WrestleMania. They did their top 50. For SummerSlam, they did their top 25. And so I just have 5 questions. I'm going to give you 2 matches, and I just want you to tell me which one do you think they ranked higher. All these are going to be within like 3 of each other too, so they're going to be really close in the rankings. So, if everyone is ready, all right. Your first one, Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect from 1991, or Bret Hart versus Owen Hart in a steel cage from 1994.
So which one do I?
Which one is higher?
Do you think it's higher on their list?
Which one do you think? Yeah. Okay. This is WWE's list.
God damn it. Sorry, I just have too much shit in there. I'm trying to put stuff away and then something else is falling. No.
I love how we tell inanimate objects no, like don't fall. Like we expect them to listen to us. I do that all the time.
When Toy Story came out, you tell me you didn't close the door every once in a while. I just like put your ear to the door and like, come on.
Oh,
come on,
sure. Every single time.
I know you're alive.
No, what happened with me is it wasn't the first Toy Story. It was when I saw Toy Story 3, and I was like, if any of y'all were alive, I'm sorry I sold you at a garage sale. I'm sorry. Wherever you are now.
I guess I'll keep score. This is just for fun, but
I mean, I nearly cried one time. My parents convinced me to sell some of my old wrestling figures, and I was like really young. Like, you're like a couple bucks, buy a new one. I'm like, all right. And that guy was like, I'll take these 3. And I just cried and yelled right up to him, went, no! And I was just, you can't have my vibrating Lex Luger, because they used to vibrate those WCW ones.
All right. Pez, which one do you think is higher?
Even though I'm not as high on it as everybody else is, when we watch it, I'll say Bret Owen was probably higher.
Richie.
Bret Owen.
And JPO.
I just went by my heart. This should be higher. This should be studied, and Cody Rhodes agrees.
That is correct. It is Bret versus Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect was number 3. Bret Hart versus Owen Hart was number 5. So still
Cody
really
name dropped this yesterday, or at least the interview I saw as like a thing he shows his students.
All right, your next one, Shawn Michaels versus Triple H from 2002, or The Rock versus Brock Lesnar from 2002.
Now, I vaguely have seen these on the YouTube channel. I've never clicked on it because I probably have seen them. So I have like a little bit of knowledge on this one, I think. But I'm still actually just going with my heart.
The Heartbreak Kid is that one?
All right. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I will tell you guys, these are right next to each other on the list. Richie.
Okay. I didn't rewatch one then.
Triple H vs HBK.
JPO.
This should be higher. I thought I saw the other one was high though too.
Pez.
It should be higher because it's the better match. HBK Triple H.
Yeah.
It's higher. It's number 7. Okay. Rock versus Brock is number 8.
Rock versus Brock's all right, but it's kind of a short match.
Yeah, it's way shorter than you think. Yeah, it flies by and it's kind of over very quickly.
I do remember because I do remember it being in the 10 because I remember it literally going, yeah, that's it. Bit of a stretch.
I mean, it's not a bad match. It's a good match, but I would not put it on high.
For Brock,
maybe they're including the moment because remember when they did WrestleMania, they had Hulk and Andre also in the top 10. And while the match itself isn't the moment,
it's about the moment. Yeah.
It's Brock's first big run undefeated.
Yeah, youngest champion at that point.
That would be a superstar. I understand.
All right, number 3, we got a couple of ladder matches. So we have The Rock versus Triple H from 1998, or Eddie versus Ray from 2005. Both ladder matches.
You can see the match being redone on Young Rock, but they clearly don't have a budget for a Madison Square Garden, so it looks like an indie show.
Why would they redo Eddie versus Ray on Young Rock?
It was a weird side, but you know how like some shows will have like 5 episodes with different characters.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. JPO.
As it trips Rock.
Pez.
I also said Hunter and Rock.
Richie.
Yeah, I think this match kind of got underrated over the time, but like Rock and Triple H is really good.
Rock versus Triple H is correct. Rock and Triple H is 14th, and Eddie and Ray was 16th.
I think it'll put them on the map. I can feel that.
All right, number 4, we have Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman versus Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns from 2017, or CM Punk versus Jeff Hardy in a TLC from 2009.
I'll wait till you're done with your last question to ask about something else that may or may not have been on the list that I like a lot, but I'll leave that just in case it happens to be one of the ones you're about to ask about. I don't want to spoil that. All right. Because I guess I think you have one more, right?
Yeah, I got one more after this.
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pez, we'll start with you again.
I said the 4-way.
Richie.
I said Punk and Hardy because I barely remember the 4-way happening.
And JPO.
I've never been a fun meaty 4-way. I said 4-way.
It's the 4-way. I was surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Another shorty-ish, but look up one.
Yeah, it's kind of a meaty sprint, if what I remember.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, meaty sprint. Yeah.
It's
no, you're not mistaken. That's not a long match.
Yeah.
No, it's at 15, and CM Punk versus Jeff Hardy is at 18. I'm not surprised that the 4-way's there. I'm surprised at how low Punk and Hardy is. Maybe I need to rewatch it. Maybe
I remember liking it decently, but might be more recency bias is why I went with 4-way.
Oh, yeah. All right. So the final one, we have Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog from 1992, or John Cena versus AJ Styles from 2016.
Oh. Banger after banger, banger after banger. weird pet peeve of mine. I used to have a really nice pink T-shirt of Brett v Bulldog SummerSlam '92, but I didn't love it because it was Bulldog with short hair in the silhouette, and I'm like, that's not what he fucking looked like.
He had long hair.
Yeah, that always annoys me. Someone else I saw recently had a Shawn Michaels Stone Cold '98 WrestleMania, which was clearly like Heartbreak Kid '96, and I was like, fuck that shirt. I don't know why. Always pet peeve of mine.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Richie, what are you thinking?
I went Cena Styles.
JPO.
I don't know, man. This is always at the top of the list a lot. Brett and Bulldog.
Pez.
I know that one's the traditional. It's always on the top of the list. I'm going to say they pulled a little swerve and said John and AJ.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, Brett and Bulldog was higher. But Brett and Bulldog was number 1. Cena and Styles number 2.
Wow.
Yeah, this was 1 and 2.
Yeah. Okay.
But I do have the list. So
well, I mean, two things. So I'm assuming TLC 1 is on there somewhere from SummerSlam 2000.
Number 6.
Okay, and then I think it's underrated, but from 2001, RVD and Jeff Hardy, the hardcore ladder match, I think is really good.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that one's not on the list.
See, that match is really fun.
That's
really fun.
That's the only good Invasion match from the Invasion show.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that match is awesome for the Invasion show. That match rules.
Yeah, when he bent down off the stage or down the stairs.
Yeah.
That's the only reason to go out of your way to watch that show is to watch that match.
Yeah.
But I like this list overall. I think I like this one a little bit more than the WrestleMania one. Yeah. So from just real quick, 25 was Cody and Brock from 23. 24 was Rollins and Cena title versus title from 2015. 23 was The Undertaker versus Bret Hart from 97. 22 was Brock versus Seth from 2019. 21, the only women's match on the list, Bianca and Becky from 22. The No Holds Barred from 2011 between Randy Orton and Christian was at 20. Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker from 2015. 18, CM Punk and Jeff Hardy. 17, Stone Cold versus Kurt Angle from 2001. 16 was Ray versus Eddie in the ladder. 15 was the Fatal 4-Way. 14 was the ladder match between Rock and Triple H. 13 was John Cena and CM Punk from 2011. Number 12, Roman and Brock in their last man standing match from 2023. Number 11, Cena and Daniel Bryan from 2013. Number 10, Undertaker and Edge, the Hell in a Cell from 2008. Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon at number 9 in the ladder match. And then, Rock versus Brock from 2002 at 8. 7, the unsanctioned between Shawn Michaels and Triple H. 6 was the TLC from 2000. Bret and Owen in the steel cage at number 5. Number 4, CM Punk and Brock Lesnar in the no DQ from 2013. And then, the top 3 were Bret and Perfect, Cena Styles, Bret and Bulldog. So, pretty decent list.
That Stone Cold Kurt Angle match from 2001 is really good, but it has a shitty DQ finish,
That's why I paused, because they were great together, but I do remember the ending is so flat and underwhelming.
It's very flat because Stone Cold gets himself disqualified, just to escape or whatever, and then they end up having a rematch at Unforgiven where Kurt Angle wins the title in Pittsburgh, to do the hometown thing. But it's kind of shitty, although it ends up being a fun segment the next night on Raw because they have Stone Cold Appreciation Night and everybody's kissing his ass going, "You were so inspirational what you did at SummerSlam," just totally gaslighting the audience like he beat Kurt Angle even though he didn't, obviously, and it directly led into the milk truck with him with the milk truck. So that it actually led into a fun Raw moment the next night, but still, the match itself has a weird, it's an intense good match, but it has a lame DQ, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, 100%. No, those two work well together.
Yeah, those two always good.
But it is weird, sort of ending on a DQ at a big show like SummerSlam in order for him to win at a B show.
As far as hometown was still damn, I hate when they. I'll never condone a DQ on a big show, on a pay-per-view in general. Let alone a
boy,
big
you would have really hated WrestleMania 6 we watched with Malcolm the other night because my God, there's some lame ass finishes, dude. There was like 3 countouts in a row, like in the second half. It was really bad, like really bad countouts, like out of nowhere. It was fucking really underwhelming. So that show was not great.
I think the Kurt Angle win. Yeah, Kurt Angle win had a lot going for it, and obviously the Pittsburgh thing, and also it happened to be in September of 2001. So it's like, yeah, you probably should.
Yeah, they were doing like the America thing, like
America.
Yeah.
Who won the quiz?
You did. You got all 5.
I know.
I
wanted you to say it. I wanted to hear it.
You knew it.
That cleans up a bitch.
Yeah, JBO, you got some graphics for us?
Yeah, we gonna do some.
No, I've had these ready.
Let's do it.
I prepared last night actually instead of 5 minutes before the show for once.
All right.
So I got to break it down into nights too. We'll know when we're on night 1, night 2. This is, I believe, night 1. Oh, I guess it's on the graphic too. Saturday.
Why does night 2 have all the hardcore stipulations? What the fuck?
Yeah, even the triple threat, which
is a bit weird in that aspect. True, they could, which they always like. Depends on how they want to book it. If that's even going to be hardcore, like so they just have a normal 2-3-way match. But so for whatever that SmackDown title for the women's is called, Tiffany Stratton defends against Jade Cargill. Is it Tiffy time or is it time of to Jade? I don't know. Richie, what you think?
The storm coming.
Thank you. I knew there's a camera I was going to think about it.
This match brought to you by Lip Fills. I'm joking.
Wow.
Wingstop, Minute Maid, Chase Freedom, a whole lot of sponsors tonight. Jesus. What will be in here? Let's bonus prediction. What will be in the middle of the mat and to be distracting will be the Wingstop logo, the Freedom logo, the Minute Maid logo.
Yeah, will this match be brought to you by Dude Lights? No way.
By the way, you remember WrestleMania, speaking of sponsorships, remember they had that weird thing where they had people sitting in a section for like drumsticks, like the ice cream cones?
Yeah.
You remember that? I have, because I work the frozen section in my supermarket, I have the WWE official drumstick boxes a few weeks ago. So it has like the WWE logo all over them and shit like that. So WWE drumsticks. Yes.
Oh God. All right.
Yep. I'll send you guys a picture.
This match, unfortunately, the build to this match hasn't had much heat to it. I don't know why. Just but I think Jade is winning. I think they're probably going to build towards Jade and Bianca at some point. Hope Tiffany doesn't. Hope Tiffany's still. I think Tiffany's established enough that she'll still be like up there eventually. But I'll go Jade here, even though there's part of me that thinks that she's not like there yet, like in ring wise. But I think they're still high on her, so they're gonna go Jade.
No, I mean I agree with pretty much everything you said. I don't think she is necessarily ready. I think she's proven that, but I think you do kind of strike while the iron's hot. And Tiffany's had it now for over 200 days, so it's not like this is gonna go down as a bad reign. She could always get it back later. So I will also agree with Tiffy. Barber, Tiffy or JD?
No, it's I want to say it's tough, but I do. Yeah, I agree. Like let's strike while the iron's hot. I think it's time for Jade, and maybe I don't know what they're doing. I'd like to see him, go back to champion versus champion at Summerslam or at Survivor Series. You can build to it, Jade and Naomi, but this time they're both champions, and it's like, at added stakes and whatnot. But yeah, that's also another spoiler for a prediction later. But yeah, no, I'm going Jade, like you said. Tiffy, she's had the belt for quite a while, and it's been a decent reign. I do think, and she's still young. She can definitely get it back later, but yeah, Jade from here to at least WrestleMania, her walking in as champion, I think that might be something they want to see. So I'll go Jade.
Fez, do you clean sweep it or are you against us?
No, clean sweep it. Yeah, I'm not going to go Insta grain here. I mean, obviously, I would like Jade to win for my, fantasy and get her to win a title and keep that push to maybe at least come in second place last second, which would be nice. But yeah, I think also her and Bianca is kind of on the horizon and they're going to start kind of working that. So Tiv's had it for a while. She'll be okay. She'll get it again in the future. But I'll go Jade. I do think though a lot of the match, there's a decent amount of matches on the SummerSlam that are fairly unpredictable though. I think we'll talk about it. Yeah, I don't think it's a super predictable SummerSlam.
No, and even this one, I would argue, like, I definitely wouldn't be gobsmacked by Tiffany retraining and they just either prolonging it or, you know what I mean, sending her in a different direction, so. But that is a clean sweep for Jade with a possible new champ there. And also, too, by one other kind of small piece of news, supposedly Bianca's return is, quote, imminent. So, yeah, that could be any day now. Wrestling superstar Jelly Roll and that newbie Randy Orton taking on Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Well, I drafted him, so it shows I think the celebrity will win. Funny enough, I don't know. He could have the Paul Walter Hauser idea, but I don't mind losing. It's not like I'm full time anyway. But the 9 times out of 10, the newbie is going to win, or the big celebrity. You know what I mean? Whether you're Snooki or Logan Paul's first match or whatever. So I'm going to say Jelly Roll gets it, and we see also him hit a Canadian Destroyer on Logan Paul. Jacob.
Now, I wouldn't mind seeing Drew and Logan win because they're both on my roster. And those double victory points would be nice because JPO took Jelly Roll from me, you bastard. But because also Randy's also 30% of my fantasy roster is in this match right here. And I wouldn't be surprised. With Jelly Roll, he seems like a fan and I was like, I don't mind losing. But I don't know. I'm going to go Randy and Jelly Roll, but I wouldn't be surprised if Drew and Logan won.
Fez?
It's Randy Orton jelly time. Randy Orton jelly time. I think you're probably not having him in here if he's not going to win and give kind of the babyface pop. I think though, kudos to Jelly Roll. I've heard he not only has lost like 100 pounds or something like that, but he's also been. I think I saw something where he's been at the Performance Center training for this almost every day. So
he lost a good amount of weight. Saw Triple H like a year ago and said, if I lose another 100, then can I get a match? And Triple H was like, let's talk, baby. We love you. And so he's lost more than 100 to get here, technically, and has lived in Orlando for at least the past month plus, is the word.
Yeah, he's been training, so he's not like one of these celebrities that's like just coming in and doing whatever.
like Travis Scott, who they had a falling out with, which is why this match is happening.
Yeah, well, Travis Scott or if you remember, like Dennis Rodman, was refusing to train, when he did his match, as opposed to Karl Malone, who actually trained with DDP, leading up to it. So we might be pleasantly surprised by the amount of stuff Jelly Roll does in this match if he's been training that much. So I'm just saying, don't be surprised if he does a little bit more than you think. So but I'm still going to stick with the babyface team here.
His second appearance in a row for Jelly Roll, by the way. I forgot he was on last year when he gave that choke slam to Austin Theory.
Yeah, that's probably who got the ball rolling of him being like, "This is awesome."
And they're like, "Oh, I mean, not to take on you, Jelly Roll." They're like, "Oh, well, man, that's who knew that Jelly Roll could do that awesome choke slam?" I'm like, yeah, but also Austin Theory can jump really high. He's athletic, I think Jelly Roll pins Logan Paul with the Jarrell Clark 630 off the top. Right? No, but I do think, but maybe I do think Orton and Jelly Roll are winning. I don't think there's in the future between Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. But I think I like that he's taking it seriously and kind of digging in here. So that's cool. It's different. So I think I'm looking forward to this match more than a lot of the fucking stupid internet is. So I celebrity, the people act like celebrity involvement has it's only been a recent thing. It's been a wrestling.
No, I like to think that's the small minority, and we're always gonna have people that bitch about something.
Well, but again, it's not like this is like the main event. It's going to be a mid-card match on night one.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like it'll be like the second or third match on night one. No big deal. And if Jelly Roll, like if he's taking it seriously than other, celebrities, maybe it'll be a pleasant surprise. You know what I mean?
And it's going to get them press. It's actually, it's actually going to be like it's going to give like direct time.
It already has. Jelly Roll filled in for Jimmy Kimmel on whatever that's called, and he had a Randy Orton, and then guess who interfered or interrupted the promo or the interview? It was Logan Paul and Drew, and then he chokeslammed him through Jimmy Kimmel's desk. Like this already has eyes in front of it that would have never been there if it wasn't for it too.
So I don't mind it at all. I think it's fine. I think it's fine, and yeah.
And also to those people, I will say, do you forget what the main event of the very first WrestleMania was?
Matt Warren.
I'm pretty sure this is going to be better than what we watched with Hogan and Zeus, who did nothing in that match. You know what I mean? But bear hugs and chokes. You know what I mean? I'm pretty confident Jelly Roll is going to do more than that. So I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I'd be the first to bitch if I thought Jelly Roll truly didn't care or wasn't putting in the work. But from all aspects, he seems like a genuine dude that's there because he loves it. I believe that he said he uses his motivation to lose even more weight. And he's been practicing. That's all I ask. If you care, good for you. You're living the dream, man. Like you know what I mean? Like good for you. Same with Paul Walter Hauser. Like that dude's living his dream right now. God bless you.
Yeah, this is not I Show Speed.
Yeah,
fuck him. Still fuck him.
And he can cut a decent
in wrestling. He's kind of funny on streams. Sometimes, not always. Women's tag here. Judgment Day, Roxanne Perez, Raquel Rodriguez taking on the new kind of fun team of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Jacob.
Yeah, well, I had the option to add one of these three, not named Charlotte Flair, to my roster, and I took Alexa Bliss because unless you're gonna have Alexa turn on Charlotte, which makes zero sense to me, because I don't think anyone's gonna want to see Charlotte turn on Bliss. That would just be she's I think she's getting back on the good side with the fans. So it just would make no sense. I'm gonna go with Bliss and Flair. I think they're kind of the fun new team. And I don't know how far away Liv is from returning, but when that happens, there's that added element into that storyline. And if Bliss and Flair lose, like where do they go from here? Like what's the point of the team? Like give them the titles, give them a fun right. Yeah, they're a fun team. And yeah, Roxanne will be okay. She's young.
Roxanne,
yeah, no, I'm also gonna go with this new kind of working, opposite sort of tag team of Charlotte and Alexa. Do you remember the pop Charlotte was getting at the other show, on the Evolution? Like she was actually getting pops. Like that team was rocking. And I think it's actually working these sort of opposite personalities. And I think you kind of roll with it right now. Like have them get the titles, play around with it a little bit. It's the women's tag titles. It's not like the most prestigious titles in WWE right now. I think you could bounce these around a little bit. It's not that big a deal. Raquel and Roxanne could get it back, down the line. It's not gonna hurt. Hey, if this keeps Charlotte out of the singles women's title picture, fucking A, let's go for it. I don't mind her winning these titles. So, keeps her out of that picture, and I'm totally fine with that. From hogging those titles, you can win these, and it's not that big a deal. So, yeah, I think they'll pull the trigger on this and then see what happens. Why not?
That's a high quality H2O, Richie.
Yeah, similar to to with Jade. I think you just got to strike the iron side. I didn't expect the team of Bliss and Flair to sort of catch fire the way it was. They did. I thought it was just going to initially just lead to I thought sort of similar to like Team Arcade Bro. I just thought initially it was just like it's going to lead to a feud, but I think maybe it's just sort of caught fire more as a team, and they're probably just going to team up for for as long as whatever. Yeah, I think you strike while the iron's hot, and you go with it. Like Pitt said, they can always win them back, or maybe like or they can lose to another team. I don't know. But yeah, but for now, I think you got to go with Bliss and Charlotte. So no, that's probably.
I said unpredictable, and then we're all clean sweeping it right now. So
yeah,
I mean, we are only 3/12 of the way there. So
true.
And also, I might break the ties right now because I like. Well, first of all, Pez almost sold me on the fact of keep Flair out of the title picture by giving her this title. It's like if we were in a booking committee and I was voting against you, so that I went, oh, well, never mind, he's got my vote. But I don't really know necessarily if this is long term. Like I don't even necessarily think one has to turn. I just think they lose and then they go their separate way. But it might be like a rated RKO thing, or maybe they like it. Because I've always thought it'd be interesting if Liv comes back and now there's like a bit of a torn of like, they've been defending him the whole time, and maybe Raquel has moved on, and they can cause further friction. I'm going to go ahead and throw my vote just to kind of change stuff up. I'll say Judgment Day retains. But again, wouldn't be downside at all if we have a new chance.
I think they kind of need women's teams right now for this division, so I don't see why you would break up Alexa and Charlotte immediately. Like it seems weird.
True.
Like,
I'm
it's
just
actually working.
Track record, like it's not like they,
Yeah.
It's always been random teams. So again, I'm not against it. They actually stick around. I just don't know if they will based on previous track record. Here's another tag match. Which does anyone know? Have they said what's main event? Because I hope it's not this.
Should be Gunther and Punk for the title. Yeah,
I think it's
okay. I hope so. I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got Roman and Yeet, Jey Uso, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman. Where are we on? This is match number 4. So yes.
Me, yeah. I as much as you don't really want to see the Bronze like lose this quickly. I think they can because I just don't bet against Roman in big matches. He's finally got another damn match. He's on my roster, so hopefully he wins, gives me some points finally, last minute, and help me out. I just don't really bet against Roman in these, especially if it's his first match back from his little hiatus. I think he's going to get the win, and him and the Heat Man. So it'll be, there might be some shenanigans here and there, but I think they'll pull it out. So I'll say Roman's team.
Team Roman, Team Richie. Who's team?
Yeah, I kind of see it as well. I think it might. I think maybe Roman might factor into another match coming up here as well. But yeah, like I want to see the Bronze win the tag titles though. So I don't know. Maybe you want momentum on their side. But yeah. I mean, so it's tough. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion, but I think because Roman just came back, I don't think he'll lose. So I'll go Roman and Jey.
I'm putting my balls on the line again, and I'm going to disagree. I'm going to say Breaker and Reed. I'm probably wrong. I'm going to admit that up front because if you don't doubt Roman Reigns often, you shouldn't. But that's why I don't want to vote for it. Because again, I'm not like totally gung ho about his 900th return. There's a great gift, by the way, of all the different times it says Roman Reigns returns, Roman Reigns returns, Roman Reigns returns, Roman Reigns. That's all from different episodes of SmackDown. He goes away and comes back every month or so. So yeah, for once, have him be the underdog, have him battling back. Like last time we saw him, he lost at Mania. But that's Mania. Before that, he's defeating Sol Sikoa in Tribal Combat. He's winning the War Games. You know what I mean? Like I let him battle back for once. Let this new stable simmer. That's what I want to see. So I'm probably wrong, but I want to see what I want to see. Jacob.
Yeah. Reigns doesn't have to be pinned. you got Jay, and I think Jay is over enough with the crowd that it'll be fine. They'll be fine. We could see a rematch of this, later on somewhere. So yeah, and I'm not just saying that because I don't want Pez to make the comeback. Because I almost went with Bronson Reed because I do think you give Breaker and Reed, you give them the new guys, the up and comers, you give them a big win, and this is a huge win. And I think this stable, it kind of needs something to kind of elevate them to that next level, and a win over Roman Reigns and the former world heavyweight champion, I think could be huge. So I'm gonna go with Breaker and Reed, but obviously if Reigns and Uso win, I'm not gonna be surprised.
You're muted.
You're muted. Burn. So we're split, right? 2-2?
Yeah, we're split finally. Yeah,
right.
2-2. Finally split.
We've got a match that we just saw on Raw, but now we're getting on pay-per-view. Sami Zayn, Karrion Kross. What you thinking, Richie?
So yeah, it depends. Not sure exactly what. There's always rumors about Karrion Kross's contract situation. We are in that sort of era where they kind of, they do make sort of. I think they let contracts kind of go to the last minute, then make deals. So could be a thing. But then I do think Zayn could use momentum because I still think he's I still have him pegged to win the Rumble, and go on this sort of hot streak. But again, I think people are behind Karrion Kross. I think they do a rubber match at some point, so I'm going to go Karrion Kross. I think you do a rubber match at whether it's Clash in Paris or wherever, and then Sami Zayn wins. But for now, I'm going to go Karrion Kross. Oh, really? Is it? Did they have a?
Yeah, they're
okay.
Because they were on Night of Champions, I believe.
Yeah, Sami won Night of Champions.
I forgot about that.
Too late. You said Sami.
I said Kross.
I wasn't listening. All right. So is that totally final after though? Yeah, it's up to you.
Kross. Yeah, I'll go Kross.
No, fair enough. I'm going with Kross as well. Just looking at the PLE portion of it here, yeah, when on Raw is dope, but if this is gonna be the new age of Kross, if they're actually gonna push him, just because we're into him, does that still mean WWE is? But the fact that he's on PLEs is a good sign. You know what I mean? What is it? Yeah, I'm looking at Karen right now. He fought Sami Zayn at Night of Champions, and then you got to go back to 2022 for him to be in a singles match. So it's the first singles match in 3 years on a PLE after Night of Champions, obviously. So it's establishing now. Sami Zayn's an underdog that can always come back later. As you said, Royal Rumble I think is a big possibility as well. If I had to guess now, anyway. So I'll say Kross gets it. Again, strike while it's hot. Jacob.
Yeah, you got to start breaking Sami Zayn down, so when we get to the road to WrestleMania, he can be the underdog again going into WrestleMania, because that's always the Sami Zayn story going into WrestleMania, is that he's the ultimate underdog or whatever. And also, I think the fans are getting behind Kross. And if you want to listen to the fans, do it. Listen to them. Give Kross the win. And I'm gonna go with Karrion Kross.
Beth.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Jacob. You gotta really start positioning him as the super underdog going into the Rumble, which is in Saudi Arabia, which I think he's gonna be a heavy favorite, obviously. But yeah, it's got to be a thing where by the time we get there, the Rumble is his last chance. It's your last chance. You're getting up there in age. It's your last shot to be to get that championship match. You gotta go the distance, do your thing. So, but Kross is going to be instrumental in making him feel like he can't do it, and then he's gonna build his way back up. But yeah, I think Cross needs a big pay-per-view win here. I know I predicted him last time and he didn't, but I think that's just because it was the initial one. I'm gonna go Cross this time so he actually gets one.
All right, might be time for Karrion Kross. Our final match on Saturday, so we think will be Gunther Punk for the title. Shit, who's next?
You're first.
Shit, I know that's why I said shit. Let's see here. I would see if Holly Strike and give it a Punk. I don't know. This is Punk always gonna be the loser for now because he needs a title because he just got it. And it should go over. Again, I love a world where Punk's the champ. I'm gonna say Gunther retains. I know we had the Goldberg match, but again, it's still kind of fresh in a way. I'm gonna say Gunther, although me and a Punk. So, Jacob,
I'm gonna go Punk. I don't think. Obviously, Gunther hasn't had it for a long time, but it is his second reign, and if the plan was always for Punk to win at SummerSlam, we kind of went on one of these big four, a big four pay-per-view. I'm sorry, as much as I love Jey Uso, does Jey Uso versus CM Punk, a face versus face, main event kind of, draw the same as Gunther, who can be this big heel versus, this big baby face and Punk. I think that's the better match. I think that's the better build. And I think the promos have been decent. And this is a match that I've wanted to see since Punk came back. I'm a big Gunther fan. Can't wait to see how red Punk's chest is at the end of the match. Also, is Seth's injury a work? Does he cash in? I think that that added element. Him. Sure, Punk might have won the title, but hey, I'm, the same thing you did to Drew. I'm now doing to you, and maybe we see they build that out until Royal Rumble or WrestleMania or whatever. So I'm gonna go Punk. I think he's also getting up there in age. I do think give him one last title run as well if Seth doesn't cash it.
All right, Pez?
I'm gonna say, again, this also hinges kind of like Jacob. I'm gonna say Punk technically wins for about 3 minutes, and I'm gonna put my money on the Seth thing being a work. It's to be a big way to go out on night one on SummerSlam. If he'll let Punk win the title for a minute and just give him just enough of a tease to make it hurt even more. I had the title and I lost it, and now I've got it, and you ain't getting your damn shot. You got to work your way back up to getting me. You know what I mean? And because they've got to build to another match eventually.
It essentially treats Punk like he punked Drew McIntyre.
That's what I'm saying. It's very similar to the WrestleMania situation, which Rollins was involved in. He not only lost that title, but then he was completely shut out, and Punk helped in a way Damian win the title, from Drew, and he could just pull a reverse of that essentially. Punk wins, but it's only for a minute. And you tasted it, and that's all you're gonna get. I let you have it for a minute, but doesn't that hurt even more? That it was right there and right out of your grasp, and now I've got it, and you ain't getting your damn shot. Fuck you, essentially. I've got it now, and you ain't never getting it. So I'm gonna say Punk wins technically this match. He holds the title briefly.
Also, I'm looking at the card for night one. I think you need something big.
You got to have something big. You got all these huge matches on night two. These aren't as big a matches on night one. And you got to have something big.
I can buy that for $1. Yeah. I can buy that. I buy all of that. Yeah.
It's there.
So I was going to say something. I forgot, Richie.
Yeah, my prediction's virtually the same. Yeah. I think Punk's going to win. He'll celebrate for a bit. And then Seth comes from behind or whatever, and
with his henchmen, with the boys, and does a little damage.
With the bronze, and then screws Punk out of the title, and then there's your program going forward for a few months. So I think so. Yeah, my prediction's Punk, but he won't leave SummerSlam as a champion. I think Seth will be the champion.
So again, I'm the only one who gets the grade going with Gunther. We got 3 for Punk with the caveat of a couple people thinking a cash in from Seth is coming. And by the way, that means Tez and Richie don't get the point unless that happens. All right, cool.
No, Pez was very specific.
It's very clear.
To win the
He's
match.
going to win this match.
He made sure.
Anything that happens afterwards, that match is concluded.
That match is all or nothing. You said it. It's out there. Naomi defends her title against Rhea Bloody Ripley and Io Bloody Scott.
I think Io's name should be in the blue, because Io's Sky.
Rhea Bloody Ripley.
And Rhea Bloody Ripley. Why isn't that red? Anyway, I predict another classic between Rhea and Io, and then just add Naomi. I think this match is going to be a banger. Io might be one of the best wrestlers on the planet currently. She is just doing phenomenal work. And Rhea is just over as she's always been. And this new character from Naomi, I'm so glad these 3 are in a title match at SummerSlam. With that said, why is there a hair in my mouth? Naomi just got the title. To take it off of her this soon would be foolish. I think she should carry it for quite a while. So Naomi wins this match by pinning Io. Leave Rhea out of it. No, just Naomi. All right. My prediction. I'm not adding any caveats because apparently if you say that, JPO sets it in stone. Naomi wins by pinning one of them. Or submitting one of them.
Yeah, this is a perfect way.
That has to be a pin and submission. You said both.
Or
that's a perfect way to have Naomi, keep the title here and also continue the struggle that Rhea has with not being able to beat Io. You can keep that going here if Naomi escapes and Rhea still does not have that victory, over Io Sky. Like there's a way they can still kind of cancel each other out here, keep that storyline running. Obviously they can still have another match down the line, and I wouldn't be opposed to that given how good, their previous matches have been. And then you could even break off for a little while and have Naomi either work Rhea in a singles match or work Io in a singles match, coming out of this, whatever it is, keep the program fresh and eventually get back to Rio and Io, one-on-one, maybe at a Survivor Series, something like that, whatever's that bigger show. So you'll get to the back of that eventually. Yeah, Naomi just got it. She's escaping with the title here.
Where's here?
Yeah, I can see either Rhea or Io maybe winning. If I want to extend even further, Rhea or Io winning the Rumble, then one of them, and then the other one winning the title, and then that's how you get you do this at Mania. That's a Mania match. I want to see that. Yeah, I think that you don't want a rematch at Mania because the be a banger. But yeah, that was my feeling is that it's a great triple threat to have Naomi, even if she even if you do a thing where Rhea has Io finally won, and then she does a heelish thing of pulling Rhea off the cover and stealing it.
Oh, you mean they do the TNA finish like with Trick did to Mike Santana?
yeah. Don't do it in the full on main of show where we don't even want that guy to in the guy's hometown. Supposed to be a bit different, but yes. But yeah, I think Naomi should win here. But yeah, and then you can extend the Rhea feud, and I think you'll eventually get to that at some point. So yeah, I'll go Naomi.
All right. So far, you guys agree Yeah, I'll go agree too, Naomi. Yeah, I would be very actually legitimately upset if her reign is not even a month with 0 defenses. This is a fun new Naomi. You know what I mean? It's a triple threat too, so you always have plenty of ways of one, as you said, no DQ. Maybe Rhea hits whatever her finisher is called, and then she shit cans her, it gets a pin on you, vice versa. Like, yeah, I'd be very upset if anything but that outcome happened. Uh, Becky Lynch, Lyra Valkyria for Intercontinental title. I do believe the caveat too is Lyra loses, she can no longer challenge for that title as long as Becky holds it. What you got, Lily Pam?
Yeah, I think this is actually kind of tricky to predict because you could run with the thing of Lyra like struggling and having somebody else. You could have Bailey eventually beat, Becky for the title, and that's the way Lyra gets back into the picture. But at the same time, Lyra, could use the win. Isn't this like a rubber match? Haven't they had that like 2 so far, maybe 3? I don't know. Yeah. So
It's the third, but Becky's won.
Becky's won both. See, that's what makes you seem like Lyra kind of could use the final victory here and then get back the title and then maybe move on to Bailey. Yeah, you probably don't want to like shoehorn or pigeonhole Lyra into that. So I'll say Lyra regains the title here. Why not? Again, this is the Intercontinental title. You can have it kind of waffle around a little bit, and Becky can still be strong and come back for it later.
Richard?
I will say Lyra. These two have great chemistry. Expect a great match. Lyra's been killing it lately. I think she's definitely gotten. She's getting more over by the month. I think she could be depending if she isn't champion by Rumble. She could be a good contender to win that Orange Rumble, in my opinion. Because I think her work's been fantastic, and obviously we know how good Becky is. But I still have maintained that I don't think Becky doesn't need to be in this sort of Intercontinental Championship kind of mix. I think she could move up eventually to just be in that other mix. So I think Lyra wins. Maybe we see it looked like maybe Bailey is gonna she's gonna get another heel run at some point. So maybe Bailey turns heel, in the next few weeks or so, and then we see Lyra and Bailey some. But yeah, I'm gonna go Lyra.
What you got?
You.
Me. This is one. But Becky doesn't need this title. Why kill her to where this up and comer can't get this title for X amount of weeks or months? And honestly, and also at this point too, what more do you have to show and Lynch winning again? Like, cool. So I find it would be weird if Valkyria doesn't win this. Jacob?
Yeah, and it's like, where do you go with Lyra from here? If she loses, like she's lost 3 in a row, big matches. Sure, you can do the thing with Bailey, but how are you going to build her up, to be that, women's world championship level? You can do it, but it might take some time. And the women's roster is really good. You got Rhea, Io, Naomi, you got Bailey, Becky. I think Stephanie Vaquer, who is the challenger at Clash in Paris. I think Lyra is kind of perfect to carry the Intercontinental Championship, and I think she should win it back. So, points for my roster.
Yep.
All right. Let's see here. We get the graphics. So I believe it's a dirty and clean. All righty. 3 of 6. I believe we're in a steel cage now, y'all. Thank you, Solo. We love you, Solo. Jacob Posse, we love you too. Richie.
That's very tough. Because I'm not personally having small runs, but like here in this titles. But I don't know. I feel like Jacob Fatu is earmarked for bigger things. He could also be if Semi doesn't get through it, I think maybe Jacob Fatu is could be a favorite for the Rumble. So he might be earmarked for just a more main event scene. I think, and like Solo could, I think Solo could be decent in mid-card champion and feud someone else. So, I'll go Solo, but it wouldn't surprise me if Jacob wins it back. It should be a good match, actually.
Awesome stuff. For me, this one's a toughie. I can see it going either way because I don't know. I don't necessarily. Yeah, well, Fatu I think is destined for bigger things. I don't necessarily think that needs to be now. I mean, I wouldn't be against it happening now, but I'm just saying I don't think it necessarily is. For them next month or anything. So I could still see having a longer reign, the U.S. title. At the same time, Solo's been kind of the joke this whole time, and had just got it. So I'm gonna say the winner with his hand raised because they won will be
once the bell rings and the announcement happens.
I'll say Solo because maybe you'll have Tamatanga return. I don't know. Jacob.
Yeah, I'm curious if is this the match Rikishi might get involved in?
I forgot that fact.
Because he did cancel his WrestleCon appearance, and it just so happened to be this weekend. Or does he get involved in Jay's match because he's been speaking out about Jay? Or did he just cancel it because he truly has something else going on? And I'm just reading too much into it. Regardless, sure, they're in a steel cage. That doesn't stop people from getting involved.
It should do, but it doesn't. And they're always shocked about that. Yes.
Yeah. You could easily have, Tala Tonga, who's a tall fella, who throws stuff in there. Man, this one is legitimately tough. Because I could see Fatu win it back, go on the second reign. I don't necessarily see him as a Rumble contender, but I do see him potentially Money in the Bank next year. I think that would be really cool. God, this is legitimately the toughest one of the weekend. I'm going to go just because he's got the numbers on his side, and I think they may play a factor. I'm going to go Solo, but if Fatu wins, I wouldn't be surprised. Also, it's cool on that WWE Unreal. It was cool. There was a backstage moment between Fatu and Punk, and Fatu was like asking Punk for a picture. It was like a complete 180 from his character on screen, like a little school child, like meeting his hero or something. It was really fun to see. But
that's what you got.
I'll go Solo and be the one vote for Jacob Fatu. See what I did there? Okay.
I see what you did.
And so I not only would it be good for my fantasy, obviously, if him regaining the title, that'd be really nice. But I don't know, man. Like it's like you've beaten down Jacob enough already, to where he's like, they've already kind of gotten the one up on him a couple of times. It could really get the crowd going if he like fights off everybody in this cage, and is able to kind of overcome it, get the big win. He could have an ace up his sleeve with the Usos in his back pocket. Jimmy Uso's not currently doing anything on this show, so that's always like a factor to keep building towards potentially, a War Games thing down the line. So that could also be a factor. Yeah, I'll be the lone vote for Jacob here. Why not? I'll support the guy.
I could also see them like building this to a third match, and maybe Jacob throws Solo through the ring. Doesn't mean to, but like throws him through the cage, and that's how Solo wins. Because technically he left the cage first.
Or if you hit the ground first or escape the cage. Yeah, maybe.
But they did that. They literally. I watched these guys. I watch OSW review, the Irish guys. They reviewed No Way Out 2005, and that was literally the finish of the barbed wire steel cage between JBL Big Show. Big Show chokeslammed JBL, and he chokeslammed him through the ring, and JBL got out of the ring, got out faster than Big Show because he fell through the ring, so he just put it up through the ring. So yeah. Anyway, it's a cool finish though.
So a little torn, a little left for Jacob. More towards a little bit of a sway for Solo.
Well, there's always love for Jacob. I was talking about Fatu.
Our second favorite Jacob with the pro wrestling.
Right.
For the Intercontinental title, because he beat Mexico recently to a huge pop, Dominic Mysterio defended against the phenomenal AJ Styles. Who's next? I don't remember.
Pez went last, which means Richie went first. So it's you, JPO.
Oh, really? Damn. Well, that's probably why I was husband again. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Dominic. I'm gonna go with Dominic. I love AJ, but I feel like we're almost on the putting guys over. Dominic's so hot right now. That household, that Dominic's so hot right now. Jacob?
I think it's gonna be a bad weekend for Judgment Day. Yeah, I'm gonna go with AJ Styles. I think, I don't know if he'll ever get that one last world title run before he decides to hang it up. He's also getting up there in age, but maybe one last IC title, get him in the ring with some of these up and comers, some of these younger guys, and then maybe he drops the title to one of them, putting them over. But yeah, I mean, and again, Dominic's young. He has plenty of time. I think he can build back up. He can win the title. He could be a fun pick for Money in the Bank too. Like a heel Dominic running around with the briefcase next year. I know I'm talking about Money in the Bank like it didn't just happen a month ago. But I'm gonna go Styles, and unfortunately for Dominic, he had that doctor's note which said, he was a punk ass. So hopefully he's taking care of that.
The hell, punk ass.
I laughed. I think AJ could use the push a little bit. It seems like he's been kind of held down a little bit. I'd like to see him get another championship run, at least for a little while. It looks like Dom might be busy with AAA. It's really weird. So he might be doing like AAA stuff for a little while. Like it seems like he's going to be like tooling around down there for a minute.
He went down there the other day and he was so over. Holy shit!
So over. That's what I mean. Like
give him the title.
He could go down there and play around and maybe even pick up a AAA title. You know what I mean? And parade around with that for a little bit. Back and forth. So I'm gonna go AJ here and say he pulls a feel good moment and finally getting the title after a while. Richie?
How are they?
This is tough, man. Night 2 is definitely tougher to predict. Just to make things interesting, I'll go Dominic Mysterio. For now, it's just making it interesting. But I wouldn't be surprised if AJ wins for the reasons you mentioned, and I wouldn't mind AJ winning. But I'll just go Dom to make things kind of make predictions interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You would vote against this stash? How dare you? We've got a tag title match on the pay-per-views. Can y'all believe it? Can you believe it? Your reigning champs are the Wyatt Six, Joe Casey and Dexter Lumis, taking on Mercy Machine Gun, Shelley and Sabin, DIY, Gargano and Ciampa, a.k.a. Triple H and Shawn Michaels. We've got Team, you're there, Andrade and Ray Phoenix. It's probably some cool shit, though. For Axiom, and Nathan Frazier, and the Street Profits, Dawkins and Ford. What you got, Barber?
Oh, I didn't want to go first on this one.
I gave you enough time. I said all the solo
between the three of us, we now have almost all. We have all the tag teams covered in this. Richie's the only one that has no stakes in this fantasy wise, unfortunately.
I did have because I didn't think
you did have Fraxi, and then you're like,
you did have Fraxi and let him go.
I didn't think they were going to debut, and then literally a couple of weeks afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm legitimately torn on this one. Fraxium is they're the newcomers. Andrade and Ray Phoenix are a really fun tag team. Street Profits are over. White Six, they just got them. And then you got the two teams that are on my fantasy roster, which I hope one of them win. Which is why I'm gonna go with the Motor City Machine Guns. I think they've been in WWE for for the year, and they won the titles, but they really haven't had that one moment that's like standing out to me. What better, like, give them a big moment, because I'm pretty sure they're getting older too. Like they're probably gonna hang it up in the near future as well. Give them that one moment that they can have on their resume, that one big WWE moment, winning a 6-pack TLC match at SummerSlam. I think could be huge. It could be their WWE moment. So I'm gonna go with the Machine Guns.
Raise your fist. Ooh, ooh.
Jacob voted for one of his favorite teams of all time. What a shocker. Because
if Shawn Michaels was on the card, you'd vote for him.
No, I voted against CM Punk. That's kind of close.
Okay.
I keep it real.
This is like, you could almost make an argument for any team in this thing winning. Like, usually, like, we have matches like this and we're like, well, maybe these three, but definitely not these other three. You know what I mean? This one, like, I think you could legit make an argument for almost any one of them. Because, like, Ray and Andrade have caught fire. Like, they're, like, a really hot new tag team. They're having really good matches. Crowd's super into them. Wyatt's just got it. They're really the only, like, big standout heel team. You could always go with Fraxium, give them the rub on the big show here and push them into the main event. Shit. I'll stick with the Wyatts to escape with it, just to have a big team for people to chase afterwards. But my other prediction, this match is going to be fucking wild. So, yeah.
I hope this opens night, too, also. Like, start it off with a bang.
Maybe either that. I would say either that or the women's three-way will open the show. Like, probably one of the two of those, I would imagine. Yeah. But, yeah, I'll start with the Wyatts here.
Right on, Jacob.
Also,
we asked you. Damn it. Yeah, Richie.
Yeah. Look, as much as I don't like them and they're non-showing before I got rid of them, I think they did that on purpose. Watch them disappoint me now. I just speak different. I'll go Fraxium. I think they're, I think they've they caught fire pretty quickly as tag team on the main roster, and I think I just think that I think they could use tag titles just that extra push, and I think they've done really great work, and so I will go Fraxium to finally get the job done. Watch them disappoint me. I think they can always do.
I hope they do.
Yeah, no, there's a couple of ways. Like, Fraxion's a really solid choice. Because everyone's had kind of small reigns recently. Street Profits had it, DIY had it, Machine Guns had them. So Fraction kind of out that side of that bubble. Andrade and Ray, while they might steal the show potentially, does feel a little bit of a, well, you're cool, we got nothing else, and we got a ladder match, and you'll shine, get on in that match, kind of thing. So I feel like they're the least likely, in my opinion. Although again, maybe just like, hey, we love both those titles on fuck it. So this one's hard to call. I'm gonna say Wyatt Six just retains and they keep it a little bit longer and more people kind of chase them. But yeah, that's a tough one here. So again, a little mixed love here. some Wyatts and fractions. What else? Anyone say there's someone else? Oh, machine guns. And what'd you say, Bez?
Machine guns. I said the Wyatts.
Okay, so we agreed on that. Okay. And then yeah, finally, we're at it now. Will Cody Rhodes finish his story, part 2, chapter 2, or will the heel of all heels, John Cena, retain? Pez, what you got?
I didn't want to go first on this one. Shit, because I don't know, man. This is. Do you have Cena drop it and then begin his babyface redemption tour in the second half? Do you have him hang on through it, for the almost the rest of the run? Do you do a double turn here and have Cena go face and Cody go heel in the same match? Does somebody get involved? It is a street fight, so I predict more shenanigans to smoke and mirrors for Cena. Oh shit, man! I don't know. Man, I can't vote against Cena. I just can't. So I'll go Cena. But I would not be surprised at all if Cody picks it up again. Although I think it's a little early. I think I would have predicted Cody get to the Survivor Series, but maybe they could do it early. I don't know.
All right, Richie.
Yeah, this is really tough. Yeah, you could have Cena still maybe defended against other challenges that maybe haven't had much of a shot yet, but Rhodes is one of the biggest stars in the company, so it's he's more likely to win it. But then there's also got Cody, who probably will take a break at some point soon to film Street Fighter. I don't know how big his role is though.
Guile seems like a pretty big role for that movie, but maybe it's just me.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably should have affected my Roman Reigns prediction as well. But yeah, I'll go Cena. But again, if Cody wins, good. Yeah, I can see Cody win, but I'll go Cena.
All right. Yeah, I just kind of want to. I don't know, man, because we only got a few months for the Cena story, but I just don't want to just be and Cody gets it back. That doesn't intrigue me unless you do a double turn that people have said. So there's different ways of skinning the cat. I don't want to be surprised if Cody gets it, but I could say Cena continues this run. I said we're not done. We still got some international shit. We got TV shows. We got Survivor Series. We can always add another network special in December if they want. I don't know. I just want to see Cena go longer with this title. So I'm going to say Cena retains. Barber?
My only issue going with Cena is who does he drop it to if it's not Cody? Who are they going to build up to be that guy that beats Cena for the title? Or does he retire with it like he said he was going to? I do think the double turn happens. I think we'll see a more aggressive side of Cody. I think we'll see that. And then these last 4 months we're going to see a babyface John Cena ending his time with WWE. I think you want to give babyface John Cena the John Cena that we've known for the last 20 years. Give him a few months to have these matches. Because I'd like to see him have some matches with some heels, in this final run. So I'm gonna say the double turn happens. And Cody wins.
All righty. So again, a little bit of Swansky here as to how the night will end on night 2. How will it end? They both have blue eyes. We don't know.
Quick fantasy booking thought going off what Jacob just said, and this isn't changing my prediction or anything, but say Cena does what he says and he retires at the end of the year with the title. He never loses it. But they have to obviously crown a new champion because Cena can't, literally take the belt with him around. I mean,
you're not going to have WWE title match anymore.
So, and then when we get to the Rumble, do we make it what they've done a couple of times where the winner of the Rumble is your new champion?
Yeah.
And you have Sammy take the ultimate win in Saudi, not only winning the Rumble, but winning the title in Saudi.
I don't know. Maybe that could be a thing. If it was anybody else, I would say it would the bigger moment would be WrestleMania because it's Sammy in Saudi.
Sammy in Saudi, like winning the Rumble and the title in the same night. That could be fucking big. I mean, it's not a precedent to put the title on the line. They've done that a couple of times in the Rumble. It's not like every year, but they bust that out every now and then.
Yeah, Ric Flair and Triple H won the title.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I don't know. Do you bust that out as like an extra special thing too? Like since it's going to be in another country, I don't know. I just fantasy. It's just a thought. Like I don't have any proof to back this up. I don't know. I'm just saying that's a scenario you could do if Cena goes the distance and then you have the Rumble, late January, early February, whatever it is. You build up to that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a few ways to skin the cat to make shit interesting, So
yeah,
I'm at least looking forward to. I don't know if the match is gonna blow us away at all, but I'm looking forward to, in that case, the potential shenanigans.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right.
That is our SummerSlam predictions. I can't wait to see how many I get wrong.
You've been winning lately.
There were a few of them that I was 50-50 on, and I just had to make a choice. So
I won a prediction in ages, man. You've been on a roll. So
I've been on a roll with AEW predictions. I can't remember the last time I won a WWE.
I won a WWE one recently, so I think I've still got one in the bag. Yes,
I won All In.
Yeah.
But did not do well on Evolution at all. But we'll see what happens. Of course, we will be back next week talking 2 nights of SummerSlam, finding out who wins our inaugural fantasy season, and then we'll draft some AEW. And
we're gonna do the same format, right? The 6 singles, two females, 2 tags, right? Same format, everything.
Can we do a trio?
Oh yeah, that's a good. Do we want to add a trio? Do we want to do 11 and add a trios?
I would say just because there's a division there, but
I'll
just because they actually have titles, I would incline to say yes because there actually are titles there, so it is technically a division. But I guess then you have to be extra careful because you can't have crossover. Can you have crossover?
That's my fear.
Like
those guys, like not Dark City, but like Death Riders would have been a match with. And then you can't choose Wheeler or Claudio, or I don't know. Can we even honest to God too? Like, is there even 4 really good picks? Like, how long is Joe Shibata? And Joe's hurt now, so is that even a team? You know what I mean? And if we choose Bang Bang Gang, are we choosing all of the Bang Bang Gang, or are we just choosing the guns? If Jay White slips in, will we still get points? Like, I find it might be kind of murky in my opinion.
Is anybody going to choose Dark Order? I don't think so.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, is there 4 solid set
That's
trios?
A great point because a lot of the trios, they're part of bigger groups.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So maybe no. Okay. Maybe just stick to our regular format because they're at least.
I'm leaning towards no on top of my head. We can think about it and mull it over, but I'm leaning towards no.
I'm leaning towards of course, if those tag teams are in trio.
If the tag team is part of the trio, then maybe you get the points for.
Yeah, you'll still get the points if the tag team is part of a trios match, you're going to get the points.
Right. Yeah.
So, for instance, just to again clarify, like what I was saying, right now your current champs are Shibata, Powerhouse, and Joe. Joe's on sabbatical. I feel even Howell is starting the group later because of Hook missing out. And they've had 1 defense, and that was in July, and we're in August. Before that, you have the Death Riders, but then Pac got hurt, and he had to be subbed. So then you just include Death Riders as a whole?
He was someone. By the way, he was someone Gabe Kidd who's now hurt.
Gabe Kidd, and then before that, just the last three. Just the last three I'll do. Patriarchy, one defense.
Yeah.
And actually, technically, 0 defenses, 0 successful defenses. They won on July 20th and lost on August 25th on their first defense.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to really mull these fucking picks over because it's not gonna be so much about who wins all the time. It's gonna be who fucking gets on television.
Who's a frequent guy girl, right?
Yeah, who's more just on TV. You gotta be strategic of just like who the fuck is on TV from week to week. Look at results from the last several months. Like who gets on TV all the time. Yeah. It might not be so much about the person that wrestles, once a month every 2. It's just like who the hell gets on Dynamite every week, Collision every week.
There's even again, not to give hints. I won't say a name, I guess then. But there's like some big A-list names you might not want to choose if you're looking.
No, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, I know one particular name that's like a big star, but he's not wrestling a lot.
Voice-wise, no.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to explain. You might want to consider I'm not even saying any names either, but you might want to consider those mid-card guys that are on consistently on TV week to week. You know what I mean? Even if they don't win, very frequently.
I'll use an example. I tried doing one with a couple other friends once, and I remember someone drafted Undertaker, and I'm like, and this was when he still wrestled, and I was like, listen, I understand you're thinking that's a good choice. That's a horrible choice. He never wrestles anymore, but twice a year. You know what I mean? So it's you're gonna get 2 points. You know what I mean? You're better off drafting fucking JTG than you are the Undertaker right now. You know what I mean? You gotta keep that in mind.
Right.
That's one of the things I learned this season because Richie drafted Cody, but there were times where he was only wrestling on the PLEs. That
was hard to predict. To be fair, that one was hard to predict that he wouldn't do much TV for the time being.
Yeah. So, it'll be definitely one.
And then AEW stuff too, because they are hot and cold sometimes. They'll be Kevin Knight's on every episode for 3 months, and all of a sudden Kevin Knight can disappear. And you're like, what happened to Kevin Knight?
They just pushed Anthony Bowens. He just came back and got his big push, and now he's gone. He's not on TV anymore. He's
on TV.
I know, but I mean, they could be. You could seem like they're gonna push somebody.
You can see him not be. Yeah, it's for instance, look at the moment. Scorpio Sky looks like he might be a good choice, but again, they get cold on him again.
Yeah,
who knows?
Or even if someone debuts, you're like, oh, sick. I might trade someone and pick up Jay Lethal.
I'm so smart. And then, that's what happens. You're like, God damn it.
Well, Jacob, we talked about for the potentially because of that, the winning the prediction for an AEW pay-per-view could give you an extra substitution draft pick, right? We talked about that.
Potentially, yeah. We
potentially. I think that's actually a fun prize, and a motivation to win AEW because pay-per-views, that's still only 5 or 6 pay-per-views. It's not like it's a whole lot. It's just and if we end up using them if we end up using the AEW substitutions frequently, could burn through 3 pretty quickly. You could, given AEW's inconsistency, that might be a fun prize to keep track of. I'm okay with that. So yeah, and plus extra one and in the bag in case of injury or whatever.
Right.
Whatever happens. So I like that as a prize, and there's like I said, 4 or 5 different opportunities for that for the rest of the year. So
we'll start. We're starting just before Forbidden Door.
Yeah, Forbidden Door will be our first. Yeah, our first pay-per-view for them, and then All Out right after that, right? So,
and then I think Wrestle Dream,
and
then whatever the World's End, that might be the last one. So.
Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, Wrestle Dream and World's End are the ones announced right now. I don't know if they'll add something else, but that's as of right now.
We had Dynasty, right? We did that Dynasty already. Dynasty?
Yeah, we did that. Yeah, Dynasty was in April.
I'm just getting used to
It was the one where Swerve challenged for the title.
Yeah, and they announced a couple of Forbidden Door matches on Collision.
Yeah, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus TBD. It'll definitely be interesting to see who gets drafted. So Yeah. And yeah, who wins? It's close, and yeah, a lot could happen this weekend, fantasy wise. So it'll be very interesting. I'll be very.
Oh, they it's not on the schedule. Don't they usually do Full Gear in November? So that could be another one.
Oh yeah, they do.
Oh yeah.
There's no. It's not listed on the website, but I was just looking at past things. But there's usually a Full Gear in November, so we should have. Yeah, Forbidden Door, All Out, Wrestle Dream, Full Gear, World's End. We should have five pay-per-views.
Yeah.
So that makes sense, and that's a good round number. So that'll work.
Wrestle Dream's in Washington.
Yeah. So I forgot about they always do. They haven't announced it yet, but the Full Gear is usually in November, so they will probably announce that at some point.
Oh, St. Louis this year.
Yeah, Wrestle Dream, St. Louis, October 18th. World's End is Illinois or Chicago, basically, in like the last week of December. And that's a good one to end on because it's literally December 27th. It's like right at the end of the year. So it's like a perfect one to write, in the year. Boom, right there. So that works.
All right. Well, we will come back next week, talk SummerSlam, draft some AEW, and find out. The most important part, we'll be finding out who wins fantasy. I'll know because I do the scoring, but I'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
I googled Full Gear 2025, and the AI overview on Google said AEW Full Gear 2025 is scheduled to take place on November the 23rd, 2024. Okay, I said 2020, so it's going to take place already. It's
in the past.
2025 took place last year in 2024, apparently. Fucking idiot. Right. AI's dumb.
All right, well, we will be back next week. Between now and then, Richie, where can people find you?
You can find me Tournament First Tier Ranker. I'm at the ASAP Team Movie Tournament with my friend Stephen Shepard, the Good Shepherd. We're in the second round, just waiting on the results here. So I believe we could potentially face Pez and Caro in the next round. I believe that's how it shakes up. So that should be fun. And on that, I'm on Why We Love Horror sometimes. And yeah, just do any other trivia league that will have me that when I'm available. So yeah.
Speaking of being available, JPO, where can the people find you?
What's up, y'all? Hey, if you like wrestling and you're anywhere near Fort Myers in 8 days, August 8th, we're having our big 10-year anniversary. One of only like 2, maybe 3 companies in Florida that can say that here. Over 100 shows, 10 years. We got Danhausen. We got myself. We've got tag team, women's, hardcore, whatever you want. We got it. And it's family friendly, except for the people that say the F words. Even though I tell them not to. And when we're not in real world and we're online, the Pierce go. It's that team tournament Richie mentioned. We're still chugging along, even though people like Rick and Papa are hard to schedule. So I don't know when that match is happening. We're literally already on the week of the 15th. Come on, people. Sneak 30 minutes every time. What are the horror as mentioned, multiplex. Rank 'em. I'll be with Malcolm pretty soon. I'll be on Tournament Fights, I believe, tomorrow. That's the movie here on network. That's good. I'm tired.
Speaking of being tired, Pez.
Yeah, no, that would be correct. So I had to pound some more caffeine at the end of Wheel of Movies to make sure I was attentive for this and I wasn't drifting. Mostly over on the Movie Hero Network. I'll be co-hosting or hosting a lot of stuff over there, and you can find us in the Facebook group as well. Go check out Wheel of Movies. We just did, me and Richie, with Prisoners, the Denis Villeneuve film from 2013. Yeah, no, I hadn't seen it since the theater, actually. I hadn't gone back and rewatched it. That movie's great. Yeah, that movie's excellent. I had forgotten what happened in the third act, so I forgot where it went. Like I didn't remember like where it ended up, so I won't say. But like I'd forgotten all that stuff, so it was kind of like a fresh movie. Good stuff. But yeah, so yeah, ASAT team tournament coming up tomorrow night, and yeah, that's all I really got.
Oh snap! You can find me here next Thursday. You can find me on Rankum. I will also be on Rankum, which will be on Monday instead of Sunday. He probably did that for us wrestling fans. He's such a nice guy, so we can watch SummerSlam. But yeah, no, we're talking animated movies of the decade so far.
Jacob talking animated movies? You don't say.
Right, right. And I'm sorry, JPO, if I knew what, if I knew how difficult it would be to find out whether Marcel the Shell could be included or not, I wouldn't have brought.
We can talk more off air. Again, I don't really care that much about the argument. My thing was just I felt like he was being hypocritical as to what's in and what's not. That was my standpoint on that.
I know the situation because he asked me about it.
I know. He said I was already over it, and he's like sending screenshots of like I asked several people. I'm like, it's cool, man. I don't care that much. I really don't.
What's the deal with Marcel?
So it's top 12 animated films.
If it's actually full animated, if it's actually counted animated,
he's allowing Marcel, even though there is real humans, like they have YouTube segments and other people are interviewing them, but he's not allowing Chip and Dale because there's humans, and it's like I just don't see the difference as to why one's in and the other one's not. That's all. I just don't see the difference, and I don't think he's making a good point as to why one's allowed and the other's not.
Okay.
But again, I don't really care that much either. I was just that's to make my 2 cents of like I don't really get why one's being held back and the other one's not.
What was the one not being held back? Like the one that's being allowed?
Chip and Dale's not allowed.
Marcel is because of the Academy, because of the Oscar nomination.
Okay.
But Chip and Dale's not even eligible. So like again, that's a moot point, is what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like what's that got to do? What does the Oscar nomination got to do with anything?
Well, but I guess because Marcel was nominated, and
Chip and Dale was direct to Max, so it was never going to be nominated, no matter how good it was or bad. So I'm just saying, to me, that's a moot point.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay. But again, I don't care that much. I was just saying, like, I just don't get why you're choosing. Yeah. But we and Malcolm always do that though. Like he's
no good.
Yeah, I was just saying, like he's always like you can't allow cameos. Then I've seen him where he'll allow a certain scene, and another scene I'm like, that scene's actually longer. Like, well, why is that scene why is this performance allowed, but not this performance? Like, I always seem to just not agree with his logic sometimes. Because also sometimes he also speaks from not knowing too. Let me mind.
I was going to tell Jacob, I saw a movie last night that definitely won't make your list. The Smurfs is a fucking awful movie.
God.
Piece of shit.
Yes. You do see everything in theaters, don't you?
So what happened was, me and my girl went to see Together yesterday, and it was at like 4:30, right?
Sure.
So we were like, and that was great, by the way, one of the best of the year. Fucking see it. Go see it. It's awesome.
Yeah, I love her, so I will, and I like them together actually.
No, they're very good together. And the sign of a good movie, and just a side tangent, the sign of a great movie, even though there's horror, is I could have watched a whole movie of just their relationship and their issues, like it was that good. You know what I mean? And then you put body horror on top of it.
We're a straight up married couple, yeah.
Yeah. So no, they have great chemistry. That stuff is good. You add body horror on top of that, you're hitting my sweet spot. So now you're good. So it's awesome. Yes. But anyways, so and then there was like a Smurfs at like 6:20, and I was like, do I want to just bite the bullet and just fucking see this shit and like just get it out of the way? Like we got like halfway through that movie, and I was like, I'm already regretting my decision. Like it's really I'll play this for myself. Well, this is for me.
But why?
What the?
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
Why? Why would you do that? So that movie will not make.
I'm not mad. I'm sad for you.
Yeah, I know. It's the shits. It's so bad. It's so fucking bad.
And it bombed terribly. So hopefully we won't get another one.
Yeah, no, it did not make a lot of money, so I'm pretty sure it's. I think they only make these movies just to keep the rights every like 10 years. Like I'm pretty sure that's all it is.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to keep the rights, so we'll make it.
What's
Usually that's
Punisher Warzone. I feel was one of those.
No, it's those things. Sometimes they literally have to make something to keep
Yeah.
the rights, like on screen. Like it has to be a legit thing, which is why they gotta make this Jason TV show just to keep the rights, so they can make another movie down the line. So yeah, that's one of those.
That's the next thing is a TV show, really?
Yeah, like a Crystal Lake prequel show.
They've been trying to make a Crystal Lake TV show for ages.
Yeah, I think it's actually happening now. Yeah, it's casted and it's happening. So.
Hey, I watched Hell of a Summer recently.
That movie's boring.
That was okay.
That movie's dope. Yeah.
I want more.
Anyway, early marks. Was that next?
What were you plugging, Jacob? Oh, rank them. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, rank them. Yeah, top
animation. Malcolm. What I was trying to say.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's I think it as far as my presence online. So yeah, follow these three and everything that they're doing: Wheel of Movies, trivia, the whole shebang, all the shenanigans. It's a great time. They're doing fantastic stuff. I personally enjoy watching all of their channels. I think it's fantastic stuff. So I think you guys should also watch them. And you should watch us every Thursday because we're also fantastic. And it's just